At the junior beast taming school, the teacher's like, all right, kiddos, tomorrow's the big boss fight, the Beastmaster qualification exam. He reminds everyone, yo, you've already got your first beast, locked in. Now don't be clowns. Get some sleep, prep your moves, and try not to flop. Then boom, class dismissed. Some of the students start whispering like it's the world's most anxious group chat. One's sweating bullets. Another's like, yeah bro, same. Just getting the apprentice rank is already Dark Souls difficulty. Don't even talk about the advanced academy. That's basically impossible mode. Then another kid flexes his ambitions. My dream? Beastmaster Academy in Ninjang City. Sure, it's not Ivy League, but he's convinced he can get in with his skills. Meanwhile, his buddy looks like he just speedran into a panic attack, straight up saying if he fails, he'll be stuck respawning into an NPC life with 0 upgrades. The Beastmaster exam's creeping up, but our main dude? He's chilling like it's a Monday math quiz. 0 stress, 0 panic. Plot twist though. Man literally time-traveled here last week. He yoinked someone else's body, binge-downloaded their memories like a sketchy torrent, and instantly speedran the tutorial of this new world. Flashback time. Centuries ago, humanity got hit with the ultimate DLC nobody asked for. Dimensional rifts opening and beasts popping out like it was Black Friday at the Apocalypse Mall. People got wrecked. But humans aren't exactly pushovers. They fought back, discovered they could actually tame these murder puppies, and suddenly it's like, congrats, you've unlocked Beast Control, Ultimate Edition. And that's how the Beastmaster profession got patched into existence. Fast forward to now, Beastmasters are basically walking cheat codes, the clout, the flex, the power. If you manage to become one, congrats. You've just been upgraded from background NPC to main character status. No surprise then, every kid's dream is to rank up into a Spirit Master, aka society's version of a top-tier streamer with a verified badge. In this world, once you hit 18, boom, you unlock the Catch Your First Beast DLC. And the rule's simple. The stronger your soul, the stronger the monster buddy you can snag. But our time-traveling main guy couldn't care less. Why? Because the poor dude's new body already signed a contract. And not with some dragon, not with some wolf of destruction. Nah, with a tiny ball of fluff that's about as threatening as a plushie from a claw machine. Cute? Yes. Useful? Absolutely not. 0 combat power, 0 evolution, pure decoration pet. Seeing that, he just sighs like, yup, guess I'm destined to speedrun life in background NPC mode. Then he hits the classic time traveler rant. Why does every other transmigrator get cheat codes or world-ending power-ups, but me? I get a level 0 house pet. Man is straight up salty. Just when he's sulking, another guy strolls up like it's roast o'clock. He calls him Lindsay and goes, hey, don't sweat it. If beast mastering doesn't work out, you can always be an office worker. At least you won't die. Just drown in paperwork instead. Another guy jumps in saying, bro, if beast mastering flops, you can just grab your Snowball pet and sell ice cream outside the mall. The squad cracks up and someone else piles on like, or hey, cold water vendor isn't bad either. Easy money, 0 danger. That's when our MC's face does the anime vein pop. Man's officially annoyed. Then out of nowhere, ding! A system notification slides in like it's been waiting for the perfect dramatic entrance. System charged. Activation successful. Our boy's like, finally, the legendary Goldfinger I've been grinding my patience for. Turns out it wasn't hiding from him. It was literally just charging. Bro's cheat code had a low battery. Instantly, he's hyped. Opens up the menu like he's checking his character sheet. Stats? Physique? On point 0. Spirit? 0,8. Spirit power? 80 sur 80. Pas de niveau, pas de compétence, pas de point de réalisation brillante. Pet. Little Snowball. And the system's like, for reference, the average adult dude clocks in at 1.0 for both body and spirit. Translation? Congratulations, you're barely average with a cute mascot. The system lays it out plain. Rack up achievements, earn points, and snag bonus loot. Spend those on buffing your pet, unlocking skills, or juicing up your own Beastmaster stats. Basically, it's a grind-to-win shop. Of course, he dives straight into Snowball's stats. Turns out the little puffball's rocking the ice type, sitting at level 1, stage 1, with a growth rate of 23.48%. Its one move? Cold Air Breath. Not exactly Dragon's Roar, but hey, it works. It levels up by fighting or chomping down on energy snacks. Once the growth bar hits 100%, boom, evolution kicks in, power spike included. Z's jaw drops. Z's jaw drops like he just found out his Tamagotchi can evolve into a kaiju. This whole time he thought Snowball was stuck as adorable but useless. Now the game's hinting otherwise. Then the system throws up an evolution menu like a character select screen. First option, the giant route. Trade-off? Snowball gets a massive strength and melee buff, but loses finesse with ice powers. Its glow-up form? A snow monster that can climb all the way to rank S. The second choice? The queen route. Basically, it cranks up Snowball's ice magic and spell slinging like she's auditioning for Frozen 3, but her melee game turns into wet noodle slaps. The next form? An ice crystal spirit. And that bad boy can evolve all the way up to king rank. /Z straight up froze. He was convinced Snowball was stuck as a glorified snow cone mascot. But nope. Turns out this little fluffball's been hiding a secret glow-up path the whole time. Translation: no more pushing popsicles for pocket change. Z finally had a shot at ditching the ice cream truck life and stepping up as a legit beastmaster. And the part that really made him lose it? The queen route wasn't just powerful. It capped out at king rank. That's top-tier drip. Problem was, Snowball needed to max out her growth bar, chug down 20 baby ice essences, and snag one shiny spirit jade. Talk about a grocery list. So without even blinking, my guy Zay starts dumping achievement points into Snowball like he's speedrunning pay-to-win simulator. The system hit him with a, "Congrats, you caught your first Pokemon" notification. Boom. Achievement points plus a shiny spirit crystal just dropped in his lap. Next quest on the list? Step 1 to adulting in this world. Apprentice Beastmaster. Translation: pass the exam, survive a baptism that sounds like a cult initiation, and you bag 200 points plus another crystal. But wait, the game wasn't done dangling carrots. Final achievement was school enrollment. Basically, congrats nerd, get accepted anywhere, and we'll bribe you with 300 points, one spirit crystal, and even a strength crystal on the house. Obviously, he cashed in the rewards like he was speedrunning a gacha pull. And then he slapped those upgrades right into Snowball. Z just sat back, staring like a proud dad at a science fair project. Suddenly, Snowball went full glow stick mode. /ding. Evolution complete, rank 1, stage 2, max growth rate unlocked. /Z lost it. He actually pulled it off. The system even flexed the receipts. 77 points spent, 23 still chilling in his balance. He was kinda let down though. The glow show from Snowball's evolution fizzled out faster than a dollar store firework. But hey, dude knew this was just level 1. If he wanted Snowball to keep leveling up, he'd need 20 ice essences and a spirit jade. Spoiler, those things don't exactly come in the value pack at Walmart. So Z pulled out his mental notepad like, Step 1, make money. Step 2, buy Pokemon steroids from the pet shop. But before he could even step out, the same clowns from earlier pulled up again, cracking jokes about him selling ice cream. Like, bro, get new material. Z didn't even flinch, just told Snowball not to let those background NPCs live rent-free in her head. Tomorrow was the Beastmaster qualification exam, and he was betting everything on her. That's when one of the guys decided to puff up his chest and step forward. Plot twist. This wasn't just any random trash talker. This dude was packing Jiang family blood, the #2 powerhouse clan in Jiangning City. Translation: Z was not trying to get deleted on the tutorial stage. So he just smirked and dropped the mic. We'll see who's trash at the exam. That line made Jiang Boy laugh so hard you'd think he just unlocked a secret emote pack. To him, Z was just some clown with a plushy pet that couldn't even evolve. They told him flat out, don't even bother showing up to the exam, you're basically soft-locked. Then a girl named Jang Hao cut in, like the one reasonable mod in a toxic Discord, telling them to chill. But the guys doubled down, all, relax, we're not bullying. Also, hey, why don't you ditch that loser and come vibe with us? Smooth, right? /Z just waved it off. No point arguing with NPCs running on low IQ mode. He believed the truth would smack them in the face when the time came. He added that he had to make a pit stop at the pet shop and told her she could head home first. Cool exit move. Next thing you know, he's standing at the shop door, wallet crying harder than Snowball ever could. Evolution mats were stupid expensive. Months of savings, gone in one shopping spree, like he rage-bought loot boxes. Later on, his friend Guan popped up saying her mom wanted to invite him for dinner. Man didn't even hesitate. Free food is free food. She tucked her hair behind her ear like it was straight out of a K-drama teaser. And Z? He just locked in that dinner DLC. He asked if he could tag along tomorrow for the Beastmaster exam. Naturally, he got a yes, since he was walking the same exam grind. That made her grin like she just hit a rare loot drop. She cheered him on, hyped for the moment he'd flex on Jang Ha and his squad. /Z promised her he'd make it count. After a quick "see ya," she bounced. Back home, Z unpacked the evolution stash and told little Snowball, "Future leveling? Yeah, it's gonna cost an arm, a leg, and probably a kidney." / He handed over the materials and Snowball chomped down like it hadn't eaten in a week. Bonus points for enthusiasm. A thunderous burp. Later, the little guy started to glow. Z leaned in, practically vibrating with excitement, waiting for the big reveal. The room erupted in a blinding, "Don't look directly at this" kind of light. Tiny fingers started to sprout, then legs, like it was doing a speedrun of Anatomy 101. Hair shot out like someone hit the cosmic grow button. When the evolution dust settled, standing there was a tiny blue girl with crystal horns barely poking out and a bouncy bunny tail. Basically, Snowball got a glow-up straight out of a fantasy character creator. Even though she was tiny, she radiated "don't mess with me" energy. Her stats flashed: Rank 2, Stage 2. Growth rate? Nada. 0%. She'd unlocked cool new tricks like Icicle and Extreme Cold Domain. Sticking to the Queen route, her next glow-up would be the Snow Maiden. But that required a perfect 100% growth, 20 intermediate ice essences, and a heart of ice and snow. /Z was bouncing off the walls, thrilled with the evolution win, and promptly named her Ice Crystal Spirit. He couldn't wrap his head around the power spike. At Pinghai's top middle school, senior pets usually hit stage 3 to 5 of rank 1. His little frostball just leapt straight to rank 2, like it was skipping levels in a cheat code. Little Snowball curled up beside him, and he instantly felt that icy chill. Just being near her made him shiver, a literal, icy mic drop of her strength way beyond what he'd imagined. The system pinged, confirming her first evolution was locked in, dishing out 100 achievement points and a shiny strength crystal as a reward. He mused that, honestly, without the system babysitting him, no sane person would have blown that kind of cash on a starter pet like Snowball. He pulled out a spirit crystal and a strength crystal. Spirit crystals juice up your spiritual stats, dictating how many pets you can handle and how beefy they get. Strength crystals? Pure physical gains. Basically gym membership in a gem. He popped both crystals like power-ups. Instantly, his body got a reality check. Physique shot from 1.0 to 2.0, spirit from 0.8 to 1.8, and spirit power jumped from 80 to 147,180. Achievement points? Sitting pretty at 123 now. The cold didn't faze him anymore. Instead, he felt strength streaming through him like a cheat code had just activated. He smacked the wall so hard it left a crater, not planning to throw hands yet, but hey, stronger equals better survival odds. Little Snowball clung to him like a furry fridge magnet, while he dumped the rest of his achievement points straight into her. Rank upgrade unlocked, Rank 2, Stage 4, with a 24% growth rate. /Z could already imagine the look on the Advanced Association's faces during the evaluation. Priceless shock incoming. Next morning, Guan popped the "you ready?" question. Z shot back a confident yes, actually hyped for the exam. She noticed the motivation oozing off him. In the past, he wouldn't have even blinked at participating. His simple reply? People change. Nearby girls caught sight of Guan Ning, top-tier student at Pinghai No. 1, and their brains basically short-circuited trying to figure out why she hung with that loser. A blonde girl piped up, gossip dripping from every word, claiming she'd heard Joe Hong spill his heart to Guan yesterday, and get shot down. Then she went full roast mode, asking why anyone would even like Guan. Honestly, what's the hype? They caught every word. Guan happened to be Z's cousin. A certified genius at Pinghai No. 1, adored by many, but constantly swimming in a sea of envy. Guan? She didn't give two frosty pops about it. She looked at Zhao and asked if he seriously planned to bring little Snowball into the evaluation. His answer was smooth. Yep. Don't sleep on Snowball. Guan looped her arms around his head, grinning, and said if they aced it, celebration mode was mandatory. There was a shop she'd been dying to hit up forever. While they were cracking jokes, a random girl dropped the ultimate drama bomb, telling Guan to quit it. Stepping up, she accused Guan of stealing her boyfriend. Classic high school chaos incoming. Guan's face froze into full-on frost mode. She shot the girl a look that could chill lava and asked, "Who even are you, and who's your mystery boyfriend?" The girl didn't skip a beat. Joe Hong. Guan's mental image flashed. Total chaos magnet. She made it crystal clear she wasn't into him and had already bounced on his confession, but the girl went full conspiracy theorist, claiming Guan had lured him in first. Guan decided arguing with this drama factory wasn't worth a second of her life and started to walk off. Before she could hit the exit, the girl's older brother swooped in, hand on her shoulder, looking like someone just insulted his entire family tree. He warned her that messing with his cousin meant he'd skip the politeness. Guan's glare was lethal, plain and simple. Let go. That was all it took to ignite his rage. Fist lifted, aiming straight for her. But bam! Z swooped in, grabbing his arm mid-swing. Even Guan blinked, caught off guard by this unexpected hero flex. The little sister screamed at her brother to chill, because everyone knew Z was officially supposed to be weak. The dude smirked like he was in an action flick and asked if Z was auditioning for Hero of the Year just to save a pretty girl. Z didn't flinch. His glare alone could probably cause minor property damage. Then, Hen delivered a boot so solid it made the air scream. Everyone froze mid-breath. The guy got launched back a few steps while Z casually strolled forward like he owned the sidewalk. He calmly told the guy, "Listen, I'm Guan's brother. You've got a problem? Take it up with me." The man's jaw clenched like he was trying to bite through steel. Guan blinked, finally seeing that Z actually knew his way around a fight. Honestly, Z himself was low-key shocked at how beefed up his own strength had gotten. The man growled, clearly convinced Z was about to RSVP to the afterlife, and charged, until his arm started glowing out of nowhere. Blue light flared, intensifying like someone cranked the brightness to 11. Z and Guan's eyes widened, as a ghostly wolf, rank 2, stage 1, materialized. The man looked down at them like they were school kids playing dress-up, fully confident in his rank 2 ghost wolf. Guan felt the weight of the moment pressing down. Her own pet was just rank 1, stage 7, basically a glorified lapdog. Even if she trusted it with her life, the odds were stacked like a pro gamer's loot box. But hey, no choice, right? Then Z did something that made her do a double take. She asked if he was planning to throw little Snowball into the chaos. He casually said that if she got hurt, it could mess up her qualification scores. The girl who'd screamed, "He stole my boyfriend," rolled her eyes so hard it was audible, thinking Z was just talk. For a nobody, he was straight up audacious. The man barked an order, and his ghost wolf launched like it was on Red Bull. Z summoned his own pet in response. A flash of light lit up the air like someone cranked up a cinematic filter. The ghost wolf barreled forward, teeth bared. And then, freeze frame. Literally. Little Snowball had dropped the extreme cold domain like a mic drop. In mere seconds, the wolf was transformed into a glittering ice sculpture. The bullies just stood there, slack-jawed, frozen in shock and humiliation. Even Guan blinked twice. That was the same little Snowball she'd known. But now, next level. Z casually dropped the bomb. Little Snowball had evolved. The man barked at his ghost wolf to move, still convinced he was untouchable. Z just leaned back and said, "Meet the new me. Little Snowball's officially an ice crystal spirit." The frozen ghost wolf didn't even get a chance to flex before shattering into a million icy shards. The guy's jaw hit the floor. He screamed about how a high school kid's pet should max out at rank 1, stage 9, demanding to know how Z steamrolled his rank 2 beast like it was a tutorial level. His sister peeked nervously, whispering, what now?" The man admitted he'd seriously miscalculated Z's high-class rank 2 pet and decided discretion was the better part of valor. Time to back off. But Z wasn't having it. "Who said you could leave?" Q, instant freeze. Both siblings turned statuesque. Little Snowball began whipping up icicles like it was decorating for Christmas. The man's cocky confidence crumbled faster than a cookie in a blender. He bowed, muttered an apology, and admitted he'd been completely wrong. Z leaned back, smirking. "Newsflash, I'm not the one who needs to say sorry." The man, thoroughly humbled, turned to Guan, mumbled an apology, and promised he'd sort out Joe Hong himself. His sister's jaw basically hit the floor. Never seen Big Bro look this whipped. Speaking of Big Bro, he smacked some sense into her with a solid punch, scolding her for standing there like a mannequin, and told her to bow and apologize too. Guan just waved them off. "Cool story, now scram." Our MC was grinning ear to ear, proud as ever of his icy little sidekick. He let the duo go, watching them scuttle off like cockroaches when the lights come on. Once the coast was clear, Guan turned to Z, eyes wide. How did you just wreck a rank 2 Ghost Wolf? And, can little Snowball still level up? Z gave a casual shrug. Yep, but no time for a full tutorial. We gotta jet to the qualification exam venue. At the Imperial Beast Association building, a crowd had formed, all eyes glued to the Origin Stone like it was the season finale of a reality show. Some were whispering about how massive it looked. Others shrugged. Meh, looks like a regular rock to me. Z rolled in, just as the announcer declared this was the year's final qualification assessment. For some, flunking here meant their dreams of becoming Beastmasters would vanish forever. For others, acing it was their golden ticket into the Imperial Beast Academy and a whole new life. Z was dead set on being one of the winners. Then, something made everyone pause. A man strutted out, flanked by guards, and welcomed the crowd to the exam. He explained that each participant had received a tiny bronze medal on arrival, marked with low, medium, high, or superior. This medal wasn't just decoration. It was the literal key to entering the Origin Stone realm. Competitors would need to pick the difficulty level of the trial ahead. The trick? The tougher the challenge, the juicier the rewards. He told everyone to check the screen, which was flashing all the deets for each difficulty level. First up, low difficulty. Pass this. Get promoted to Apprentice Beastmaster, snag +1 spirit, and your chosen pet beast gets a 5% growth boost. / medium difficulty? Step it up. +2 spirit, +1 physique, and your pet beast grows 10% faster. / high difficulty? Now we're talking. +3 spirit, +2 physique, 20% growth for your pet, and a bonus second beast slot unlocked. / superior difficulty. The big daddy of rewards. +5 spirit, +3 physique, +30% pet growth, plus that coveted second pet slot. The examinees went wild. Some were daydreaming about going full max level, others just prayed to scrape by the easiest lane. / Guan turned to Z, curious what he'd pick. The examiner threw down some wisdom. Think long and hard before choosing. Your pick affects your future growth, so match the difficulty to your strength. / Guan went full thinker mode. He stared at the bronze token like it held the secrets of the universe. When the results dropped, it was a riot. 46 played it safe with low difficulty, 10 went medium, 1 went high, and 1 absolute mad lad picked superior. The crowd lost it, roasting anyone who dared touch superior. Clearly they were sleepwalking, someone snorted. / that thumb hovering over superior? Yeah, that was Z. Everyone was already betting he wouldn't even make it into the Imperial Beast Academy this year. Z casually held the bronze token like a boss. Zero stress, full confidence. Guan's jaw hit the floor. Z had actually gone for superior difficulty, basically betting the farm that he wouldn't tank this year's Beastmaster Academy entry. / he gave her a chill grin. Relax. I've got this. The crowd started whispering like he'd accidentally tapped the wrong button. The examiner's frown could curdle milk. You should have thought this through, he barked. / Z shrugged, cool as ice. Trust me, I did my homework. The examiner scowled, clearly not impressed. So, you actually think you can handle superior difficulty? / Z's eyes gleamed with zero doubt. Absolutely. The examiner shook his head like he'd seen too many overconfident teens. Youngsters, always gotta test fate. Fine, you want the thrill? Go ahead, don't come crying later. After everyone had made their picks, he rang the bell and declared the assessment officially started. The participants plopped onto the floor as a swirl of green mist wrapped around them like a creepy welcome mat. The massive Origin Stone lit up like a cosmic disco ball. Tiny sparkling bubbles started popping up around each examinee, adding extra magic vibes. While the crowd was busy flexing concentration faces, the examiner's eyes were glued to Z. This kid looked like trouble wrapped in charisma. Suddenly, Z got yanked into a full-on arena. He popped up, scanning the scene like a gamer checking for spawn points. / yep, he'd officially entered the virtual realm of the Origin Stone. Any hits taken here? Totally cosmetic. No IRL bruises, thank you very much. With that safety net, Z was ready to go full beast mode. Out of nowhere, the system pinged him. Defeat a ghost wolf. / Z smirked, happy the system still had his back here. Task done in record time, he pocketed 100 achievement points plus a shiny spirit crystal. Of course, he didn't waste a second. Instant boost activated. His spirit stat jumped from 1.8 to 2.8. Not bad for a warm-up. Little Snowball leveled up too. growth rate, shot from 24% to 44%, and her rank leapt from stage 1 to stage 6 of rank 2. With that power boost, Z was practically vibrating with "I got this" energy. Just as he readied himself, a shadow plummeted from the sky. Slash, yep, it was a monster. Slash A flame lizard, fire type, rank 1 stage 7. Z raised an eyebrow. I thought superior difficulty would hit harder first round. The lizard let out a jet of fire. Slash Z barked a command for little Snowball to launch her icicles, and she complied instantly, like a pro. Slash fire met ice in a dazzling clash. Slash boom, explosion city. When the smoke cleared, the flame lizard was a frozen statue. Slash Z grinned. His icicle skills had seriously leveled up. 1 down, 4 to go. Suddenly, a new gate shimmered into existence and swung open. From its depths shuffled a mummy-like beast, creeping onto the arena floor. Slash, an undead bandage monster shambled onto the field. Rank 2, stage 9. For most of the examinees, even a rank 1 stage 9 opponent was already a nightmare. Meanwhile, the examiner had his eyes glued to Z, intrigued. Slash Z made quick work of the bandage mummy, slicing through it like it was a training dummy. The examiner muttered about luck, noting that Z's foes so far had been basically softballs, but he knew the coming rounds would be no joke. Slash Z breezed past the second level and pressed onward. Then a new challenger appeared, a beast with wild bloodshot eyes that screamed chaos. Slash, it was a blight beast, plant type, rank 2, stage 2. The examiner did the math in his head. Z's pet was probably no higher than rank 2, stage 1. There was 0 chance Z would clear this one, or so he thought. Slash Z barked the command for little Snowball to fire off an icicle, but the attack barely tickled the blight beast. It clicked. The creature's rough bark and thick hide were basically a natural shield. Slash, the monster wasn't having it. Roots shot from the ground, snaring little Snowball in a technique called withered entanglement. Then it barreled straight at her like it owned the place. The examiner smirked, already writing Z's obituary in his head. But then, reality check. The blight beast let out a shriek as the ground beneath it froze solid. Slash Z had flipped the extreme cold domain switch. Slash, he reminded himself. Skills weren't a one-and-done deal. Another icicle zipped out, pinpoint accurate. Slash. The blight beast flailed, trying to shield itself with its arms. From above, the scene was crystal clear, literally. Its feet up to its shoulders were encased in ice. The ground had become a frozen wasteland. Sharp ice spikes jabbed through its arms. More icicles rained down behind it. The beast groaned like it just realized Monday existed, ice spears piercing through its body. Then, collapse. Level 3, conquered. Only 2 levels left, and Z was just warming up. Some poor soul popped out of the virtual world mid-exam, cursing like they just stubbed every toe in existence. They'd been this close to smashing the test beast, only to fail spectacularly. Another examinee? Tears streaming, wailing at yet another defeat. Even the easy difficulty wasn't a walk in the park. Level 5 packed a rank 1, stage 6 beast. Meanwhile, one lucky human was grinning like they'd won the lottery, finally snagging that apprentice beastmaster badge. Across the hall, a buffet of expressions, shock, envy, mild panic, until someone screamed about a vicious claw beast. Slash heads snapped in unison like a perfectly synchronized reaction meme. The Origin Stone display flashed. A rank 2 pet beast had just dropped in. Everyone blinked, questioning reality. Why was a creature this strong showing up for a simple apprenticeship test? Everyone's eyes landed on Z, the guy who went full savage and picked superior difficulty, and realized he'd just crushed the 4th level. Slash. The final showdown kicked off. Whispers spread like wildfire. Even the veterans were scratching their heads, asking, who is this guy? One insider, who claimed to know every top student in the area, shook their head. No one like him existed. Guan blinked awake from her virtual nap, grinning ear to ear. She'd officially leveled up to apprentice beastmaster status. Naturally, her thoughts zoomed straight to Z. Spotting the crowd huddled around the Origin Stone, her curiosity skyrocketed. She wove through the onlookers and saw the unbelievable. Z had conquered level 4 on superior difficulty. The room collectively held its breath because everyone knew what was coming next. Slash enter the final monster, a saber-toothed lion. Beast type, rank 2, stage 5. Gasps ricocheted off the walls. Everyone assumed it was game over for a newcomer. Z, of course, was hyped. Bring it on. Slash. He fired an icicle, but the lion moved like it had cheat codes, dodging with style. When Z blinked open his eyes, bam, every single person's gaze was glued to him. Questions flew at him like spam emails. Congrats, our guy just went viral in this town. Out of nowhere, a hug from behind. It's Guan, and she's radiating pure happiness. The examiner sidled up, giving him props for a jaw-dropping performance. Guan was the reckless and impulsive shade. Now it was obvious. Z's confidence came from pure skill. Seeing an examiner apologize? Mind equals blown for everyone watching. Then came the curveball. Z got an invite to join the Beast Tamers Association. Reserve officer slot, fat perks, paychecks that don't suck, no clash with his Imperial Beast Academy plans, and a fast-track deacon title once he graduates. The examiner paused and asked Z straight up. So, what do you think about that? Everyone's jaws hit the floor like a dropped anvil. Guan, bouncing with excitement, basically shoved him toward the yes button. Only the top grads from the Imperial Beast Academy get a shot at the Beast Tamers Association, and she wasn't about to let him overthink it. She laid it out straight. The competition is like 1,000 soldiers trying to cross a single rickety bridge. Chaos incoming. Z did the math in his head. Say yes, and boom. No more stressing over 4 years of tuition or rent, plus instant street cred. But of course, nothing's free. The bigger the perks now, the bigger the strings later. Add the mountain of rules from the Beast Tamers Association, and Z realized he'd basically be trading some freedom for shiny benefits. Z gave the examiner a polite nod and a thanks, but I'll sleep on it. Decision comes after graduation vibe. One student piped up, like a kid waving his hand in class, suggesting Z could skip and he could take the spot instead. The examiner? Totally ignoring that noise. He was busy doing mental math. With Z's growth rate, the dude's gonna go from 0 to hero, like hundreds of times stronger. And when that day comes, Z could basically write his own perks list with the Beast Tamers Association instead of settling for crumbs. No pressure tactics here. The examiner just leaned back and said, "Look, if you dream up any crazy demands later or change your mind, my door's always open." Dropped his name like a friendly NPC handing out quest info, and then actually exited the hall like a boss. Guan got a call. Cue the entrance of a pink-haired whirlwind in a frilly dress named Lo Xian, and a black-haired mystery in a sleek skirt and white top named Zhang Xiaoyun. Guan did the intro honors, and Xiaoyun wasted zero time, telling Guan she wanted her brother's digits ASAP. Sion slid her phone over like, "Add me, okay? We've been fangirling/fanboying over you since day one. Let's hang sometime." Can jumped in with a quick, "Hey, congrats!" wave. Guan, already low-key annoyed, side-eyeing the chaos. Z threw up his hands like, "All right, squad, we gotta bounce, got stuff to do." Can wasn't having it. "I'm adding her first," but Guan and Z just yeeted out of there. Out of nowhere, Z gets a ping. "Report to the office, Nestat." He marched straight to the teacher, wondering what fresh plot twist this was. And bam, it's his hot pink-haired teacher who apparently heard he crushed the superior difficulty trial. He nodded, and she literally jumped out of her seat to hug him like he was the final puzzle piece she didn't know she needed. She gushed that she always had faith in him, and yeah, he was officially the student making teachers do cartwheels. But let's be real, his main memory of her was her chasing him around with a whip over a D grade. Talk about tough love. After the hug, she got down to business. She called him over to hand him a little gift. And that gift? A basic spirit techniques handbook. This bad boy lays out all the core spirit cultivation moves every apprentice beastmaster is supposed to know. Basically, the intro-level cheat codes for survival. She figured it'd be smart for him to get a head start. She explained that taming beasts isn't the only flex. Knowing these techniques is how you actually fight. A top-tier beastmaster with strong spirit techniques can straight-up smack ferocious beasts without relying on their pets. Pure skill, baby. And bonus, it syncs with your pet in battle, plus it acts like a built-in shield so you don't get annihilated when things get messy. Z got pumped. He thanked her and said he was off to hit the practice grind. She gave him the green light but dropped a, "Yo, if you hit a wall, come find me anytime." Basically his cheat code for future problems. Back at his pad, Z cracked open the book. First skill up, the Spirit Guardian, a flashy move that conjures a 360-degree spirit shield to block anything coming at you, all powered by his spirit juice. He remembered the golden rule. Early bird gets the worm. So he dove into the basics first, saving the boss-level stuff for the Imperial Beast Academy later. Just 10 minutes in, and boom, his aura's glowing a sunny yellow, a shiny barrier popped up around him. And just like that, he mastered it. For a regular Joe, this would take days, maybe months. Z, 10 minutes flat. That 7.8 spirit stat isn't just numbers, it's straight up OP. And just like that, the system pinged him back with confirmation. Boom! 100 achievement points dropped into his stash, stacking on top of the 350 he already had. Naturally, he burned 50 of those points to buff up his spirit guardian. He grinned, realizing the system's flex works on spirit techniques too. Score 1 for the OPMC. The dude's achievement point bank is starting to look like a small treasure hoard. Slash motivation? Sky high. He's dead set on leveling up to save more lives. Slash post upgrade, his spirit guardian jumped to level 3. Now the protective shield wasn't just a bubble, it was basically a tiny bunker, big enough to cover 3 to 4 people. Spirit power check, 770 left. He noticed a juicy little detail. Each activation only chews 10 points. With 780 in reserve, that's a clean 78 uses. Oh, and the cherry on top? He totally forgot to pop the spirit stone he got as a reward. He decided to pop that spirit stone right then and there. Boom. Spirit jumped from 7.8 to 8.8, and his power shot from 780 to 880. With that kind of juice, he knew just throwing up shields would be criminally boring. Time to hit the book again and squeeze more tricks out of it. He flipped to the page about spirit arrows, then skimmed the section on spirit impact like a pro speed reader. Night rolled in, and our boy was still grinding. Eyes wide open, he stretched his hand. Zap. A spirit arrow shot straight out. That little stunt ate 10 spirit power. Next up on the menu, fist time. He crouched low, left foot out like a martial arts tutorial gone rogue, then swung a punch that slurped up 30 spirit power. Slash, kapow, hole in the wall. He blinked. Yep, that's stronger than his morning coffee. The system popped up a notification. 3 spirit skills mastered, and as a bonus, he snagged a spirit replenishing potion, aka refill all your juice instantly. He was vibing with the new powers, but knew better than to spam them like candy. Save it for the big boss moments. Next move. He cranked both Spirit Arrow and Spirit Impact to level 2, burning 100 achievement points and leaving a crisp 150 for emergencies. Slash smart move. Stash the rest for oh crap scenarios. Tomorrow, time to grind some cash and maybe snag a second pet beast. The next day, he's standing in front of the Mission Center machine, first timer energy fully activated. With his current stats, he's thinking ordinary missions. Child's play, scanning the board, he spots ghost dragonflies near Yangxian village. 20,000 reward. Fierce eagle over Highway 302. 30,000. Bottom-dwelling devils at Looming Lake School. 10,000. Death Toll beetles at Death Toll Canyon. 40,000. Decisions. Which quest gets the Z stamp of approval? Naturally, he zeroed in on the quest with the fattest payout, because hey, apprentice Beastmaster's gotta play it safe. The system slapped him into a squad of 3 random teammates, and of course, the reward would be split evenly. Z, furious. He could have soloed this and still had time for a nap. Slash, the mission machine flashed, Death Toll Canyon, deadline 2 p.m. Slash, fast forward, Z rolls up to the canyon. He tries the polite sup vibe, but nope, he gets hit with instant attitude. Some guy had been waiting forever for a newbie who hasn't even graduated yet. Slash meet low-level Beastmaster Zhang Lei, Mr. Grumpy Pants of Death Toll Canyon. Slash a long-haired dude named Xiao Mingshan squints at Z and goes, wait, a rookie who hasn't even graduated is stuck with us? Wang Xun, rocking a sheer crop top like it's casual Friday, waves him off. Chill, don't scare the kid. Then she gestures for Z to step up. Slash Z, being the polite little rookie, goes, I haven't graduated yet, so I'll probably be more trouble than help later. Ming Chang pipes up, side-eyeing Shui Yun like, wow, love-struck fool alert. He warns her to get serious. Missions here aren't exactly tea parties, and dying over a crush is not a flex. She clicks her tongue, clearly unimpressed. Captain Ming Chang, temporarily in charge, lays down the law. When we hit the mission point, Z follows his orders. He also snidely notes Z will get a smaller slice of the rewards. Z internally scoffs. Looking at these clowns, he figures they're basically the rejects of the Imperial Beast Academy. Ming Chang? Just a guy scraping by on half-baked beast-taming skills he probably learned in middle school. Slash, he shrugged and said, fine, rewards according to effort. Work more, earn more. Ming Chang nodded like he'd just met a prodigy and muttered, smart kid. With that, they moved inside. There it was, a pit, and crawling out like it owned the place were swarms of bug monsters. Not just creepy, but terrifying, for bugs. And, yeah, there were a lot of them. Slash, Ming Chang barked orders, plug the hole and wipe out the beetles. Slash, he unleashed his horned rhino beast, rank 2 stage, like a living tank. Slash Lei called forth his windcutter mantis bug, also rank 2 stage. He warned Z to keep an eye on it, as the mantis's fear of a wasp bug, rank 2, stage 5, might make things messy. Zai decided to chill and observe first, figuring it smart to know what he's dealing with before stepping in. The bugs kept pouring out. Ming Chang's rhino beast charged in like it had a personal vendetta. Slash the rhino beast went full demolition mode, smashing bugs left and right with its wild rush skill. Lei jumped in too, his mantis slicing through the swarm like it had a vendetta. Some bugs tried to play surround the mantis, thinking they were smart. Slash Shui Yun sent in her wasp. It unleashed a poison needle attack that knocked out the bugs crowding the mantis, leaving them flopping on the ground like they'd hit the respawn button too soon. Slash Lei glanced at Z and asked what he thought. Z shrugged and said, these three? Total dream team. He added, I'll just watch and toss some morale shouts. Ming Chang chimed in, if you still want paid, don't forget the tuition, rookie. Shui Yun softened it a bit. I'll share some cash with you. Just hang back and don't get yourself flattened. The poisoned bugs slowly started twitching back to life. Slash Z rolled his eyes. Fancy moves, sure, but the swarm? Still nothing he couldn't handle. Suddenly, a high-pitched shriek pierced the air. Shui Yun froze. What the heck is that? The bugs, furious, a massive colony surged forward, closing in fast. They were coming straight at them. Slash Lei totally freaked when a new beetle popped out of the hole. Its horns were all weird, and it was clearly hunting for backup. Z piped up. Wait, is there a death toll beetle king hiding inside or what? The swarm closed in on the rhino, chomping down hard. The mantis didn't escape either. Bugs pinned it to the ground like it owed them rent. Slash Shui Yun screamed at them to yank back their pets, or the beetles would turn them into bug mash. Slash Z just shook his head. Useless. Those beetle shrieks were basically paralysis on a soundtrack, so the pets couldn't hear a single command anymore. Yun was losing her cool. Slash Lei grabbed Z by the collar, spitting venom. Why didn't you warn us earlier? You're trash, good for nothing but snark. Slash Z, completely unbothered, just shrugged. Chill. My pets aren't the problem, I'm just making sure I survive first. More beasts were creeping closer. Everyone froze, eyes wide, caught in the oh crap moment. Then, Mingshan finally lost it and shouted, run! Or your bug chow. Slash. He also whined about how this so-called normal mission was anything but ordinary. The bugs were on him like he was a buffet, closing in fast. But just as he braced for bug doom, a shimmering barrier popped up around them. Z had their backs. Slash, he'd activated the Spirit Guardian. Slash Lei's jaw hit the floor. A spirit technique? That's Imperial Beast Academy level stuff. How the heck is a high schooler pulling this off? Z waved off the curiosity. Quit the chatter and watch the master at work. Slash Lei's brain was temporarily out of service. Then Z whipped out little Snowball. Every single one of them stared. Never seen a pet beast like that before. Z did the quick math in his head. Even if these beetles ranked like pet beasts, they'd max out at rank 1 stage 7. But numbers? That's their jam. His crew didn't have AoE on lock, so the fight wasn't happening the usual way. But Z's rank 3 pet beast had that mass destruction button, ready to go. Slash it unleashed Arctic Domain, freezing every single bug solid. Slash Z laid down the law. Grab your pets, but the catch? They forfeit all their rewards. Ming Chang shrugged, fine by him as long as everyone got their furry friends. And right next to it, a man appeared. Both Z and Da froze for a second. The guy jumped down, Jen Wen in the flesh. He straightened his coat, flashing a silver badge that made Yun squeal internally. Yep, she finally met a silver beastmaster. Jen Wen greeted Z with a, so we meet again. Slash Z shot back a reply, casual but on point. Da blinked, completely thrown. This guy even knows Lord He. Genwin got Da's name straight and figured the mission must have wrapped up. Da confirmed he finished it cleanly. No injuries, no chaos. Genwin did the mental math. Death Toll Striker at rank 4, Z's pet at rank 2. He guessed it was a tag team effort, with Da carrying the heavy lifting to actually take the beetle down. He admitted this was round 2 of apologizing to Z, owning up to the Beast Tamer Association's sloppy task difficulty ratings. Basically, what should have been an intermediate challenge got labeled as easy peasy, and yeah, that kind of oops could tank trust with the Beast Masters. He hoped Z would let it slide and forgive the mess-up. Z shrugged it off, saying it didn't matter since Da had their backs. Da puffed up like he'd just won a compliment contest. Shueyan watched the whole scene silently, probably plotting her own snarky commentary. Jen Wen piped up, saying they'd make up for the mission switch-up, tossed Z10W, and added they'd haul the monster's body back for research. Da did the mental cha-ching. Z was stacking serious coin. Z accepted, but internally, he knew this wasn't just a paycheck. This was hush money, the kind that bites if you refuse it. Genwin figured Z was still missing a second pet and assumed he needed the cash. Basically, he just invested in a walking, talking, slightly terrifying asset. He sent the money over, Z confirmed the transfer, and life kept moving. Genwin added a "call me if trouble shows up" line for free insurance. Then he hoisted the beetle onto his shoulder like it was a sack of groceries, waved goodbye. Z was gobsmacked at how effortlessly Jen Wen carried that bug. Clearly not your average gym rat. With that, they took off. On the way, Da pointed out Z's growing fortune, 20W and counting. Z casually reminded him there was also a favor tucked into the mix. Da gave a solemn nod, promising he'd never forget it, then waved his own goodbye. Jue Yun admitted she didn't expect to run into two absolute legends, and honestly, it made the whole trip feel worth it. That little pep talk lit a fire under her. She wanted to level up and become a powerhouse. She told Z that once she's on his level, they should tackle missions side by side. Z hyped her up, telling her straight up that it's totally doable. Strolling through the city, Z was low-key calculating. 20W should snag him a solid B-grade pet beast. He swung into the store and got hit with a warm welcome from the staff. He laid it out. He wanted a pet beast, please and thank you. They pointed him to the prime section. Down they went, spiraling a staircase into a room that was basically a pet beast convention. Take your sweet time choosing, they said, like this was a luxury buffet for future chaos companions. He quickly figured out that B-grade was the top shelf in this store. No hidden S-rank treasures lurking here. He scoped a bone snake, which came with 0 hidden evolution routes, and a mushroom kid, equally evolution-free. Then his eyes locked on a flame-type imp rocking a secret evolution into a raging flame ghost. Cool, but Z knew better. Hidden route or not, it wouldn't compete with king-grade beasts like Snowball's sneaky Snow Queen evolution. The saleslady tossed him a compliment, saying he had good eyesight for spotting an elite B-grade pet beast. Fancy, rare, and tagged at a whopping 16WZ almost spit out his drink. She tried to soften the blow. 16W comes with evolution materials included. Still, Z wasn't sold and wanted a second glance. Little Snowball, rated F-class and can't evolve? Surprise! Turns out those ratings were just the Beast Taming Association flexing their expert opinions, not gospel truth. The system pinged a king-grade pet with a secret evolution path. Naturally, Z had to check it out. It hit him with deja vu vibes. A rock-type stone monster, classic. Its normal evolution? A hulking rock behemoth. More muscle, more armor, bigger size, and some solid elemental resistance. But hidden root alert. Rock god. Ancient bloodline vibes, straight-up divine aura, rocking control over rock and earth like it's nobody's business. Next stage, rock ghost, demands a full 100% growth rate, 20 times intermediate earth element essences, and 500 grams of undead powder. Z instantly got why this felt familiar. Da's pet, the giant rock monster, had actually come from this little pebble, but just the boring vanilla evolutionary path. Z figured Da probably never imagined that little rock pebble could someday climb the divine ladder. From another angle, ice crystals were all about burst damage and control, basically mage vibes. So naturally, the stone monster screamed warrior type. The sales lady jumped in with some hype. Apparently, this tiny rock buddy was a crowd favorite because it's portable, can throw down in a fight, and the evolution materials are chill and cheap. Slash price tag, a solid 8 watts. Z nodded and sealed the deal. Then he casually mentioned he'd need some evolution goodies, intermediate earth element essence and 500 grams of undead powder. The woman's face immediately did the uh-oh transformation. She asked if Z was seriously trying to evolve the stone monster and dropped the truth bomb. Those materials won't actually evolve it. She added that intermediate earth essence ain't cheap, and burning it on a degrade pet might just be a massive oof. Slash Z just shrugged and said he's gifting it, because why not make life spicy? He quickly realized evolution materials were pricier than the pet itself. His bank account? Down to a sad 20,000. The sales lady tossed him a seal pearl like a consolation prize. Right then, the system pinged. Congrats, your contract with the second pet beast is a done deal. Z scooped up 300 achievement points like they were candy. By the time he got home, Night had already crashed the party. He dumped all the evolution goodies on the floor like a mad scientist. Then, summoning his second pet beast, he noted the growth rate needed maxing to 100% first. No shortcuts here. Slash, the system flashed. 800 achievement points in the account. He spent 220 points to beef the monster up to rank 2, stage 2, and boom. Growth rate maxed out at 100%. Slash. In his head, the little dude looked kinda dumb, like a mascot knockoff, but secretly it was hiding god-tier beast stats with a bonus evolution DLC. Slash Z tossed it the upgrade items like he was feeding a Tamagotchi steroids. The thing snatched them up faster than a kid at Halloween and chomped it all down. Z pointed at the leftover undead powder, slash butt plot twist. Dash the gremlin straight up said, nah fam. Slash Z lost it because that stuff cost big money. He wasn't ready for his pet to suddenly turn into Gordon Ramsay with picky taste. The creature started windmilling its arms like a toddler mid-meltdown. Slash Z could tell this thing was still salty. Then boom, random bright blue light pops in like Windows Update. Out walks little Snowball, giving it the death stare, and the poor thing got spooked instantly. Z was actually low-key relieved though, cause hey, at least little Snowball's health bar was filling back up. Meanwhile, Beast number 2 was sitting there fuming like the sidekick who never gets screen time. It lunged in for an attack, but instantly ate a bonk to the dome, leaving a cartoon-sized lump on the back of its head. Slash Q the waterworks. Slash Z's stress levels hit parent of 3 toddlers mode. In the end, the stone pet got bullied into eating the undead powder while little Snowball played hall monitor. Judging by its disgusted face, that stuff must have tasted like expired cough syrup. Eventually, its eyes flipped red, like it just unlocked rage mode in a boss fight. Growth bar? Already maxed out at 100%. Then it started glowing with sketchy black light, like the kind of energy you'd expect from a cursed Roblox server. The thing stretched taller, going full puberty speedrun. Boom! Now it's standing on 2 legs, looking like a bootleg Pokemon evolution nobody asked for. Official name? Rock Ghost. Basically, a rock type married a ghost type, and this is their cryptid child. Rank 2, Stage 9, growth reset to 0. Its moveset? Earth Spikes, Stone Bullet, and Crushing Impact. Man's running the throw rocks until something works build. Next form is Earth Spirit, but that requires 100% growth plus a high-tier Earth Essence item, aka pay to win. Z kinda pitied Da, cause bro had no clue this pet rock was hiding a glow-up like that. Then the monster let out a hiss so loud it sounded like somebody just unplugged its Wi-Fi. Slash Z's like, what are you doing, champ? Slash the answer? It popped spikes straight out of the ground like it was setting traps in Minecraft. Little Snowball had to hop out of the way before turning into a kebab. The rock pet was hyped up and ready to throw hands. But little Snowball pulled a ninja move, flooding the place with smoke like it was staging a Smash Bros. Entrance. Slash rock pet, totally blindsided, didn't even have a plan B. Then Snowball drops the ice shield, flexing defense mode like it's Overwatch ranked. Slash Z freaks out about his walls, ranting like a landlord. He's like, sparring's cool, but if you break the rules, I'll smack you with the tutorial manual myself. Right on cue, the system pings him. Congrats, the Ice Crystal Soul just unlocked evolution mode. Z cracks his knuckles, ready to show Rocky who's alpha in this petting zoo. Snowball had already gulped down 10 advanced ice evolution snacks. And just like that, it starts transforming. Flashbang level light fills the room, everyone's retinas fried. Then boom, Another 10 materials vanish into the void. Evolution complete. Standing there now is a full-on snow maiden, rank 4 stage 1, growth reset to 0 like a fresh new account. First off, Icicle got a glow-up. It evolved into Ice Shower. Now instead of one sad icicle, it summons a whole rainstorm of frozen blades, pouring down like nature's blender and shredding everything in the area. Then Ice Shield hit the upgrade button too, becoming Ice Crystal Mirror. Still tanky, but now with bonus, Uno Reverse Energy that bounces attacks back. / Arctic Domain? Nah, that thing upgraded to Blizzard. Bigger damage, longer runtime, and it comes with its own personal Snowstorm DLC. Z was staring like, bro, even the skills are leveling up? The rock beast tried to act tough, took a deep inhale like it was about to scream an anime attack name. But then it got wrecked instantly when the floor iced over and its feet froze solid like cheap popsicles. /Z didn't waste a second. He told Snow Maiden to drop the ice shower. Spiky snow knives started raining down like the worst weather forecast ever. The rock beast folded immediately under her power. /Z laid it out straight. The moment I signed that contract, I became the boss. You follow orders, no exceptions. If you keep being stubborn, I won't hesitate to delete you from the roster. Then he asked if it finally got the memo. The rock pet nodded so fast it looked like it was trying to speedrun Whiplash. /Z told the rock beast straight up, try that again and see what happens. Right then, ding dong, doorbell jump scares everyone. Some dude outside starts yelling for Z to open up. /Z cracks the door and bam. Giant muscle man looming over him, looking mad enough to file a noise complaint in person. He growls, what happened to my wall? /Z instantly switches to customer service mode, apologizing and saying he's just training, promising to pay him back. But the guy ain't having it. He says this is like the 3rd time already, and now he wants mental health compensation. Translation? Pay up 30 watts. /Z's jaw practically unhinged. The guy doubles down, telling him he's got 3 days to cough it up. Then he grabs Z's collar, mid-threat, until the rock beast's massive shadow falls over him. The pet lifts its arm, looking ready to send this man to the respawn screen. Instantly, the guy's face goes pale. Just before the punch lands, Z yells stop, and the beast freezes mid-swing. Sweating buckets, the guy stammers, asking if that thing was Z's pet, like he's never seen a horror movie before. The rock beast hisses so loud it rattles the air, while Z just apologizes again, saying sorry if his little training session caused some disturbance. The rock beast locked eyes with the guy like it was about to tax his soul, while Z casually asked, so about that money? Dude panicked instantly, backpedaling like he suddenly remembered his rent was due. He blurts out that they can just forget the whole thing. Then he tries to save face with the lamest excuse ever. A true gentleman doesn't sweat the small stuff. Bro, you were ready to sue 5 seconds ago. After that circus, they finally crashed for the night. Snowball hopped on the bed next to Z while the rock beast claimed floor duty like some oversized guard dog. Morning rolls around, and Zai's alarm isn't the sun. It's his phone screaming. Turns out it's Guan calling, and she even set a custom ringtone for herself like she's the main character. She drops the bomb. Today's the entrance exam for Jiangning Imperial Beast Academy. /Z hears that and immediately goes pale, looking like he just failed life's tutorial level. Guan doesn't hold back, calls him an idiot, and tells him to meet her at the school gate. A few minutes later, he finally stumbles his way there. She's waiting and greets him like nothing's wrong. Meanwhile, the whole crowd is roasting him with their eyes. Everyone's salty that he showed up late to something this important, and you can feel the disappointment radiating off them like Wi-Fi signals. Z didn't even get a good morning. His homeroom teacher just greeted him with a flying punch because she knew this clown overslept. Z tried to play it off, mumbling that he's just been super tired lately. She leans in, whispering like it's state secrets, asking if he's been training his spirit skills. He gives a quick nod, pretending like he hasn't been procrastinating half the time. Guan's in the background watching this whole exchange like it's a soap opera. Then the teacher claps her hands and calls everyone to attention, reminding them they're not just students. They're the elites of the elites, from Pinghai number 1 middle school. She warns them that the Jiangning Academy entrance exam is going to be way tougher, but she's hyping them to give it everything they've got. Then she softens it a little, telling them win or lose, they'll always be her students, and she'll be there waiting for them. Suddenly, the whole squad is fired up like somebody just promised free Wi-Fi. Even Z catches the hype, secretly plotting to snag the #1 spot like it's an achievement badge. The bus finally rolls out of school grounds, rumbling toward destiny. Guan slides into the seat next to Z, side-eyes him, and asks why he's been ghosting her messages lately. And Z, in peak oops energy, realizes he's been so swamped he straight up forgot to reply. Guan casually flexed that her fiery bird had finally evolved, like she just unlocked a hidden DLC. Z's jaw dropped. Hearing that made him think, oh yeah, this exam's basically free loot now. The bus rolled them into Jiangning City. Guan was sitting by the aisle, but then she leaned across the window to admire the skyline, which unfortunately planted her chest right in front of Z's face, and my guy turned red like a Windows error screen. She clocked his expression instantly. That made her panic, so she snapped back to her seat like she just touched a hot stove. Of course, Xiang and Xiao Yun caught the whole thing and started giggling like evil sidekicks. The bus finally pulled up at Yangning Imperial Beast Academy. The place looked absolutely stunning, like Hogwarts if Hogwarts had a bigger budget. One student stared at it, swearing that just getting accepted here would make his whole life worth it. Then suddenly, a voice cut through the crowd. Clear the way! A group of guys strutted through the center like they owned the place, and leading the charge was Li Penyong. He shouted out that 17 students from Qingping High had officially arrived. Not even a beat later, another squad rolled up. This time it was Tan Yong, reporting in with 21 kids from Kanjia number 3 middle. Walking next to him was this pink-haired girl blowing gum bubbles like she was auditioning for a punk pop music video. Her name? Guo Xinyi. Can suddenly turned into Guan's hype man, cheering because Guan's their class leader. Guan shot a quick glance at Z and he answered with the universal, "You got this" sign, a thumbs up. She stood tall and reported, 2 students from Ping High number 1 middle school present. Right then, someone from the peanut gallery called them hillbillies. The reason? Ping High's out in the sticks compared to Kangxia and Qingping. Once everyone was checked in, a man literally dropped down from a statue like he was Spider-Man. His name was Qinhe, and he loved the energy buzzing in the crowd. He introduced himself as the teacher handling registration. He kicked things off by congratulating them for surviving the trial, but then immediately hit them with the classic mood swing. Don't celebrate too hard, the real grind hasn't even started. He dropped the truth bomb. Getting into this academy isn't a walk in the park like that Beastmaster trial. According to the stats from past years, 80% of applicants get the boot, meaning out of their entire batch, only 10 lucky humans actually make it in. Naturally, the chatter kicked in, and everyone started assuming the easy pass types were toast. Then, of course, one student from another school had to be extra salty and declared that no one from Ping High had a snowball's chance. Can was not having it. Yang piped up, asking Xinhe who else she thinks has a shot besides the obvious 2. She scanned the crowd like a hawk. First, Penyun caught her eye. Solid pick. Then, she flicked her gaze around the rest of the applicants. And finally, her eyes landed squarely on Z. She muttered that Z was kinda odd. Tongyang raised an eyebrow and asked what she meant. She shrugged it off, saying it was nothing major, except that Z's strength made 0 sense. Tongyang clicked his tongue, smirking. It's just a country bumpkin. Ping High number. Ping High. Number 1's overall level is a notch below ours, so chill. Then he gave the group the rundown. Check into the academy's hotel for the night, get some proper rest, and mentally armor up for the brutal entrance exams ahead. Bonus info. The canteen's throwing free food at everyone during the exams, and it's actually tasty. Guan tugged at Z, inviting him to eat with her. They walked into a massive dining hall, and yeah, it was pretty much cafeteria goals. A guy at another table couldn't keep his eyes off Guan. Yeah, he was low-key drooling over her looks and assets. His buddy leaned in, gave him a firm, dude, chill, and whispered not to embarrass Qingping High, though he admitted he's into her too. Meanwhile, Guan piled more food onto Z's plate, cheerfully telling him to eat up. Z was staring down a small mountain of chicken and had to protest. I think this is enough. Shang and Xiao Yun wandered over, joking that Guan should share some with them too, since apparently Z's plate isn't big enough for everyone. They teased them like an OTP, which sent Guan's face into full-on blush mode. The original guy who had a crush on Guan noticed Z suddenly surrounded by more girls. His jealousy hit peak levels, especially since he keeps thinking Z isn't even that good looking. Another guy walked up to Z's table, asking if he could join them. Guan's eyes narrowed, and with 0 patience she flat out said, "Sit." The new guy nodded and introduced himself. Zhou Zhang, repping Qingping High School. Z tilted his head and asked what was going on. The guy explained that he'd heard a student from Pinghai City aced the high-level difficulty, and he was curious if that legend was sitting right in front of him. Xiao Yun raised an eyebrow, asking why he was so nosy. Shan, not thrilled about people gathering intel before even taking the exams, whispered that this dude might be a spy from their school. Shan quickly smoothed things over, saying he just wanted to make friends. He added that if you're not a big shot, surviving the upcoming exams takes brains, and this guy's got that in spades. Guan, clearly not buying it, told him there's nothing to share, so he might as well head back. He shrugged, telling her not to be cold, and dropped that he already has a solid read on the examiners. Then he pointed toward the leader of Qingping High School like he was unveiling a final boss. He continued, bragging that Pang Yun is basically a local prodigy, crushed the high-level apprenticeship assessment just 2 months ago, and rolls with a rank 3 poison ivy plant beast as a sidekick. They were straight up shook. Someone in high school actually had a rank 3 pet beast. He dropped that Pang Yun's fam isn't just rich, they're famous for throwing high-level evolution materials around like candy. Basically, Pang Yun is riding the rich second-gen flex hard. Xian and Xiaoyang? Total soul-crushed vibes, staring at their rank 1 pets like, why even bother? Meanwhile, Guan was quietly doing math in her head. She's only rank 3, stage 7, so yeah. The gap stings. Then, Xiang pointed out the twins chilling on the side. He spilled that Xinhe is the trouble magnet of Kanjia City. They bonded with their first pet beast only in their junior year, yet somehow zoomed through the advanced apprenticeship assessment in a single month. Oh, and their pet? A steel-patterned young dragon, rank 2, stage 8. Basically, walking intimidation on 4 legs. Sion literally dropped her jaw like it was a hot potato. She squinted and asked, wait, you can really train a pet beast to rank 2 in just 6 months? Shiyun threw in her 2 cents. Maybe it wasn't a miracle. It could have already been rank 2, stage 7 when they signed the contract. She went full science mode, explaining that if someone's spirit power is off the charts, they can basically swipe a stronger beast right from the shelf. Z? He just sat there, casually eavesdropping like a ninja at the next table. Shinji caught him staring and, of course, had to hit him with the classic wink and peace sign combo. Z choked, like actually mentally rebooted. Xiang then points at Yang, the Kangxia City dude, and whispers, dual element pet beast. Yeah, 2 elements, because why settle for 1? The 2 girls nearly fell out of their chairs. Guan chipped in, reminding them that their teacher already hyped this up. Dual attribute pets are basically unicorns, tucked away in super danger zones, and most of the time, good luck trying to tame them. Z's brain did a little victory dance, realizing that Rock Ghost is a mix of ghost and rock types. Dual attributes suddenly felt like the cheat code he needed. Xiang chimed in, all right, I spilled what I know. Now, what about that guy who aced the super hard level? Xiaoyun opened her mouth, ready to spill, but Z swooped in like a mic drop moment. Nah, he didn't show. Q collective jaw drop from the trio. Z gave the polite but deadly apology. Sorry, the guy you're hunting? Not here? Xiang bounced after that, but Z's senses tingled. Something was off. That little gut feeling told him one of these folks might secretly be the superior difficulty legend he's chasing. He strolled over to the trio's table and dropped the bomb. He's gonna test that guy's strength later. Sion blinked. Wait, why didn't you just brag about it? Pride moment missed. Z shrugged. Low-key mode activated. Better to fly under the radar than get hit first. Plus, who knows if the intel was legit? Guan gave him a mental high five for being thorough. They bounced from the hall. Guan was already scheming a late-night training sesh with the girls. Gotta keep up with the other high school squads. She also invited Guan to her room so the squad could huddle up.
Z's imagination did a weird little shimmy picturing them in questionable nightwear. Shock hit Guan when a hand smacked her rear. Surprise! It's the trio Xiang had approached earlier, crashing the party, grins plastered. They were clearly here to chill, or maybe not so chill. Guan went reflex mode and swung, but one dude snagged her wrist and dropped, "Damn, you're hot!" The other 2 lost it laughing, attracting eyeballs like a celebrity trip to Walmart. Z's blood pressure spiked. "Let her go," he growled. Guan shook her head. She knew a fight meant punishment, so no heroics yet. The guy snorted and said, "Girls from Pinghai, total knockout. Guys, soft as marshmallows." Z froze his fist right in front of the dude's face like a boss. Then he pulled back, coiled like a spring, and wham, that punch landed. The guy's buddies instantly went full panic mode. The other two were itching for a fight. Z's glare hit harder than a solar flare. They could talk trash all day, but touching his sister? Big nope. Fear practically dripped off them. He made it crystal clear, no walking away this time. Rushier jumped up, spitting challenge like a bad game NPC, but someone clamped his hand and whispered, "Chill!" Ping Yun stepped in, laying down the law. "Don't make fools of yourselves here." Then he added that Z's punch packed enough force to make the scoreboard cry, so it technically doesn't count yet. Z smirked. "Don't worry, this isn't finished." Peng Yun promised Z he'd hand that guy a lesson later, but if Z still had beef, he could go tell him himself. Both of them radiated vibes so strong you'd need sunglasses indoors. Guan tugged Z along, whispering it was time to bounce. Z had to take a deep breath and chill the storm inside. Then he told Peng Yun, "Catch you in the exam, buddy." Shen casually drops, "Wow, Z, you're peak, model tier handsome." Peng Yun started thinking, maybe, just maybe, Z is the genius who passed that insane difficulty. Inside the hotel, the bathroom was basically a cloud factory mist everywhere. The girls were all in the bath together. Guan was low-key annoyed that they squeezed in like sardines. Ken shrugged. "It's our weird way of saying thanks for the training grind." Shio Yun added that their pets finally hit level 2, giving them a fighting shot. "Bonus! They were giving her a massage!" Guan screamed. "Hands off! Random touching is a hard no." Next morning, everyone lined up 3 straight rows looking like a living human spreadsheet. The teacher dropped some good news bombs. He basically said, after crunching the numbers on this year's newbies, that they're the absolute worst batch ever and he's not holding his breath for anything impressive. Shuei groaned, blaming Pinghai for dragging them down. Xion was internally combusting from sheer annoyance. Then Cheer piped up, "The upcoming exam's still on, set inside the Origin Stone Tablet illusion, and nope, no difficulty settings to cheat with. The exam's dubbed the Secret Forest. It's crawling with all sorts of nasty creatures, you know, the don't blink or they'll eat your face type." He explained that once everyone settles into meditation and steps into the illusion, each student will get a score panel strapped to their arm. That panel racks up points based on how many ferocious beasts you manage to take down. A rank 1 ferocious beast nets you 10 points, rank 2 doubles that to 20, and rank 3? Yeah, that's a whopping 40 points. The teacher dropped the fun twist. You could be the hunter or the hunted. If either you or your pet bites it in the illusion, you're toast instantly eliminated. Right in the heart of the secret forest sits a stone tablet tracking the top 10 scorers, flashing their points and locations like a leaderboard straight out of a video game. The students freaked out. Rank 3 beasts actually exist, and meeting one means instant game over. They've got 4 hours on the clock, and after that, the top 10 point earners get the glory. Peng Yun piped up. "Wait, so we're only supposed to hunt monsters?" Turns out, a killer question. The teacher grinned and said, "Nah, take out other students too, and you snatch all their points." The announcement hit like a plot twist nobody asked for. Everyone groaned, calling it a savage rule designed to turn students into cold-blooded point chasers. Some were scheming already, whispering about forming alliances to mop up a rival school and secure a top 10 spot like it's a hackathon for killers. Yang was pumped finally, an excuse to go full throttle, while Xinyi kept her eyes glued to Z like a cat stalking a laser pointer. Z, not impressed, told them to zip it. "This isn't some playground skirmish," he said. "Real battles are far nastier. Anyone want to bail? Speak now." Then came the carrot. The freshman who tops the leaderboard snags the freshman leader title plus a bunch of sweet perk after enrollment. The teacher's grin was basically, "Let's see which one of you clowns will wear the crown." Guan daydreamed, hoping she'd run into him. Even if she flopped out of the top 10, she figured she could still have his back. Z sidled up to her and laid down the game plan. Once she steps into the illusion, she's got to hop on that fierce magic bird and track him down as soon as possible. She nodded, game face on. Z hushed everyone else before they could turn the place into a hype train. Then they dove into the illusion. Z found himself staring at a forest so green it looked like it had its own Instagram filter. He started scanning the surroundings like a pro-loot hunter. A towering stone tablet caught his eye, and he peeked at the counter strapped to his arm. 0 points. Time left? 3 hours and 59 minutes. Brutal. He figured out that the arm display only tells you your current score, not if you're in the top 10. Translation: if you want to know your rank, you'll have to trek to the central stone tablet. And spoiler, it's about to be the hotspot for all kinds of chaos. The kicker? If they grind blindly and skip the tablet, even a top 10 score will broadcast their coordinates like a neon "Here I am" sign, basically screaming, "Come ruin my day, please." He realized the exam's real twist. It's basically a free-for-all PK fest. If you're strong enough, rules are just background noise. Nobody's snatching points from the big dogs. Only the mighty can steal from each other. Still, he reminded himself it's a game, and fun is the ultimate power-up. Then, crash! Something broke. Two-headed forest python, rank 1, stage 9, tried to sneak in. A bite fang smashed into his barrier like they hit a brick wall. Z shrugged and kept the spirit guardian active. Low energy cost, high peace of mind bonus, next move, summon the rock ghost. He figured now's not the time to flex and decided to test out the rock ghost's full power. Dual attributes? Definitely worth leveling up. The rock ghost spotted the wriggly snakes. Z shrugged them off. Rank 1, stage 9, only 10 points. Sure, it hits like a mini-boss, but still weaker than a rank 2, stage 1 at 20 points. Grinding top-tier monsters isn't always the smartest move. Since they were experimenting with the rock ghost, he wanted it to taste something a little meatier, stronger prey, stronger hype. Rock ghost, immediately buzzing like a kid on espresso. But Z had a nagging worry. Could Guan actually find him out here? Fingers crossed. Meanwhile, Guan was racking up 30 points with 3 hours 45 minutes left on the clock. She unleashed the fierce magic bird, and it shot into the sky like it was late for a flight, scanning every inch below. Desperation mode, on. Her flying buddy didn't slack, sweeping across the forest, eyes peeled, checking every nook and cranny like a hawk on Red Bull. Z noticed other players getting toyed with by the local wildlife, and oh boy, it was brutal. The bird zipped back. Turns out pet beasts have a "don't stray too far or you get grounded" rule. Guan realized she'd have to play the luck card. She knew Z had the chops for top 10, so naturally, checking his stone tablet coordinates seemed like a genius move. Out of nowhere, an ostrich-looking menace charged her from behind. She leapt like it was an action movie stunt to dodge it. The beast kept coming, a golden-backed ostrich, rank 2, stage 5. Luckily, her rank 2, stage 7 magic flame bird wasn't even breaking a sweat. Boom, her bird clapped it, snagging 20 points like a pro gamer hitting a bonus level. Wait, what? Something smacked her bird. She spun around to check the culprit. Yui's pet beast was casually snatching the boomerang in midair. Yui, rocking a rank 2, stage 4 odd barbarian humanoid pet, waved like this was a friendly neighborhood thing. Guan remembered him and couldn't resist the sass. Stealing kills? That's peak shameless, my dude. Shoy casually reminded her, hey, nothing in the rulebook says I can't snatch kills. Yep, he was already scheming to pinch her points. He ordered his Odo to take out that dumb bird. The Odo flung the boomerang, and Guan shouted at her bird to dodge like its life depended on it. But plot twist, the boomerang did a little curveball and aimed straight at her. She slipped. Rui swooped in, catching her and covering her mouth, which, by the way, completely muted her bird commands. He smirked. Humanoid pets? Big brain energy. They do their own thing. My little trick was just to mess with you. The Odo latched onto the bird's wings, clearly thinking, let's have some fun before the main event.